Welcome back to the Angry American. Listen, I am angry today, and there's a lot of angry Americans down in Asheville, down in Florida, in Tennessee. They're angry at the government that has failed them time and time again. FEMA is out of money. Okay? You know why they're out of money? Because they siphoned $1 billion from FEMA to give to the illegal aliens, the criminals who broke into this country. What is FEMA? Right here at the bottom of this screen is, of course, YouTube. They always want to make sure that you have context. Federal Emergency Management Agency is an agency of the United States Department of Homeland Security. Everything they do is a lie. They will come up with a bill that it says it defends democracy, and it does the opposite. It inserts socialism and communism. The Department of Homeland Security, while they reward people who criminally break into this country, there's no security. There's no Homeland Security. Now they're broke, and these people have been devastated. Listen, I know firsthand hurricanes. I lived through a direct hit in 2017 of Hurricane Irma. Being down in Florida, man, you're always dealing with hurricanes. But the entire island from Irma that I lived on was leveled. We had 15 feet of water on parts of the island, storm surge. You're cut off from the world. You go from modern times to back to the horse and buggy in just a short period. Cut off from the world. And I know what these people are going through. Before we get too far into this video, let me explain one thing. There's no government-funded programs, okay? The government doesn't make money. They don't earn a paycheck. They steal from you through your taxes. And they always want more taxes because they're always spending more money on stuff that you don't necessarily agree with. So there's no government funded. It's all taxpayer money. It's all American citizens' money that we've been forced to give to them by penalty of law. And then they take that money and they give it and use it for whatever the hell they want. They give it to the Congo. They give it to illegal aliens. They give billions to Ukraine. There's no government funded program. It's American citizen funded through our tax money. Money that you earned, that you worked for, not them. And with that in mind, though, FEMA's out of money. Let me show you this. So far this year, the United States has given $24 billion to Ukraine. That's just this year. $11 billion to Israel. $2 billion to Ethiopia. Almost $2 billion to Jordan. $1.5 billion to Egypt. $1 billion to Afghanistan. $1 billion to Somalia. $1 billion to Yemen. $1 billion to Congo, $1 billion to Syria, and $9,000 per illegal immigrant that has entered the U.S., which is billions. Listen, they've given them, these illegal immigrants, a lot more than that, though. Let me tell you that. And now there's people down there that have been denied $750 measly fucking dollars. This government, ran by socialist, communist asswipes, has failed the American country time and time again. Anybody who lives in these areas, if you vote blue, there is no hope for you. It just gets me so pissed off. I am the Angry American today. Let's watch this video, guys.
Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas sounding the alarm on FEMA funding right after the devastation of Hurricane Helene. Listen.
We are meeting the immediate needs with the money that we have. We are expecting another hurricane hitting. We do not have the funds. FEMA does not have the funds to make it through the season.
This all comes as the Biden-Harris administration spent over $1 billion from a FEMA program on services for migrants. Attorney General of the great state of Florida, Ashley Moody, joins me now. AG Moody, why does the Biden-Harris administration always seem to help American taxpayers last?
Good morning, Todd. Yeah, everyone should be waking up this morning outraged by that comment.
I am.
This is not something that has just happened recently, and Florida's been warning about this since this administration took over. Mayorkas has come in like a virus and infected these what need to be healthy, strong, fundamental programs to ensure the stability and safety of Americans in times of disaster. So you heard, they have taken the FEMA emergency food and shelter program and over time siphoned off hundreds of millions of dollars into basically making it an illegal immigrant resettlement program. And so when you see these states and cities around the nation declaring emergencies, even blue states, because of what this administration has done, encouraging more and more and more, developing programs to encourage more and more and more people to come here, the government, Biden and
I can't stand
Harris are
that dude's face. I cannot stand his face. He just right now, oh my God.
having to fund that on the backs of the American people. And now, right now, when Florida, North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, all of these states are hurting because of this truly natural disaster, not a Biden-Harris made disaster, they're saying we need more money. And of course they need more money because they've been laundering it from the true intended purpose of this fund that Congress set forth. Laws be damned.
There's two things going on here. We just touched upon the main thing, this horrific prioritization of migrants over American taxpayers. But there's also something else here. What does this say about the Biden-Harris administration's ability to just lead? If they underfunded FEMA this much, and we are not even close to being in the heart of hurricanes.
They didn't underfund it. They robbed the fund. That's where this guy kind of gets it a little wrong. They didn't underfund it. Hell, they made sure they had the funding because they were going to take that money and ruin the country with illegal immigration. So just want to clarify.
Season, which in reality is August, September, October, and November. A.G. Moody.
Look, this is what President Trump did so well while in office. He could get to a 30,000-foot level, look at the health of American agencies and programs, determine what the problems were, and enlist resources, talented individuals, and a strategy to put Americans and the safety and strength of this nation first. I've seen it work here in Florida with Governor DeSantis. We decide where our problems are, we set forth to fix them, and we make sure not only money, but the strategy and talented personnel are in place to fix them. So, for example, when you have a disaster like this, and you know when there's no electricity, instability, when there's people needing just the basics of life.
You are literally cut off from the entire world in the blink of an eye. You have no power. You have no fresh water. You have no you have no toilet. You have no, I mean, it's crazy how you are sent back in time. And for them to come up short because they gave all the money to people breaking into the country is a slap in the face. And I can't imagine anybody supporting the Democrat Party. They don't give a rat's ass about anybody. And I think they're probably slow walking this on top of the fact that they're broke. They're probably slow walking this because there's a lot of red areas there. They don't want them getting back up to snuff. So maybe now they can keep them from voting. Because this is rural areas.
Because of a disaster. I was with officers the other night, and we surged our resources in vulnerable areas to looting. We made sure officers knew what to look for when it was in complete darkness. Right. They knew what to charge. We make sure our state attorneys know to hold these people so they don't get back out and start ravaging these communities again. It takes proactive efforts, and you just do not see this out of this administration. And here in the roosters of coming home to roost, look at what's happening right now.
The Florida.
On that subject of looting, the illegal immigrants are looting these people right after this disaster. That's how heartless, thoughtless, gutless these pukes are. And I saw it firsthand during Irma. Miami didn't get hit by Irma. The Keys were leveled which is where I lived in the Lower Keys. We had a FEMA tent. The Haitians, here comes that word again. The Haitians came down from Miami with pickup trucks, went to the FEMA tents, would rifle through all of the clothes because they were tents where you could get food, clothes, water, whatever you needed. They would rifle through all the clothes, pick out all the brand names and all the good stuff and take it back up to Miami, drop it off, come back down, rifle through all the goods again, take them back up to Miami. They came down like 3 times within a 2-day period, and they ended up getting banned. That's how bad they were. These illegal immigrants are takers. They are not givers. I mean, most of them.
Florida model
when
really,
we're in the middle of a disaster with this administration at the helm.
You're right. The Florida model really does need to be a 50-state solution. Just want to mention this. You all launched an anti-looting team in response to Hurricane Helene, coming as 8 migrant workers are arrested in Tennessee, accused of stealing from flooded buildings. You guys do it right down there. I would just add, only a depraved person steals from someone in their time of need. AG Ashley Moody.
Listen, guys, I have to wrap this up, but I wanted to get this video out today because this is kind of dear to my heart. It's kind of close to me. I've been through a few hurricanes. Some of them were direct hits. I know what it's like to be cut off from the world. I know what these people are going through. And for the government to have given all the money away to illegal immigrants, and then the illegal immigrants are also looters. I mean, this is just the most depressing situation, the most vile situation, and it's all brought to you by the communist, socialist, woke mind virus. Be aware of your surroundings at all times, because it's just going to get worse, a whole lot worse, before it gets better. We got 1 month. Drag everybody you know to the polls to vote for Trump Vance. It's our only hope. Peace. Peace out.
I learned about kids jumping on my lap, and I've loved kids jumping on my lap.